So we just got a really cool gift in-game in SD Gundam G Generation Eternal, and I'm here to talk to you guys about it. What's up everybody, Fortexfiend here. Welcome to another video on SD Gundam G Generation Eternal. And in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the free gift that we got to all players, which is the SSR Char Aznable pilot from the new anime Gundam GQuuux. We're going to be taking a look at his skills, his abilities, which mobile suits he could potentially be best run with, and also doing a little bit of comparison between him and the other available SSR pilots, both gacha and also free, because we did get a free SSR durability pilot. Let's go ahead and dive right in and take a look here on my account. So I have him pulled up, and I'm going to tell you right now, the moment I saw this in my inbox, I was like, yes, that is so cool that they gifted this to us to celebrate the release of the 5th episode of Gundam GQuuux, which, by the way, you guys should check out that anime. It's pretty good. Not only that, but Char Aznable is one of my favorite characters of all time in Gundam, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys really like this character. This is the GQ, or the GQuuux iteration of this character. I won't spoil too much as to why he's in that anime, but again, watch that anime. So he is an SSR durability pilot. If we take a look at his skills right over here, he has access to high speed and force guard. Force guard is a pretty standard skill, I would say. There are other SSR pilots that have this, but it is pretty good for him to have this. So that way, when he does take damage, or he does, defend another ally, he is able to reduce that damage. And then high speed makes this unit very mobile, and it gives him that extra tile to be able to move. So in case you need him to move out of harm's way, or you need him to get closer to other units that he could support and be within range of, it's going to be a lot easier to place him in the map depending on where you need to go. His abilities, or his passives per se, are pretty standard. Support defense level 3, so he gets that support defense when he's piloting a durability type unit, and also increases his own defense by 15%. He has the new type level 3, which increases his awaken and his reaction stats. So his awaken and reaction stats are actually really good. And then what makes this SSR pilot so unique compared to all of the other SSR durability pilots is if he's piloting a mobile suit that has both the Gundam and Mobile Suit Gundam GQuuux tags or series, he gets an additional support defense. So it has to be both. There was a bit of confusion on this when this unit was first released this morning. I was a bit confused on it myself, because I was all like, oh, does it have to be one or the other? Because if you read it right here, it says support defense plus 1 time when piloting units from specified series or with specified tags. But then at the top, it says Gundam and Mobile Suit. But we tested it out. It has to be both tags. So currently right now, there's only 2 that this can trigger with. It is the White Gundam, or that's what people call it, because again, gotta watch the anime, but that is an SSR durability gacha unit that's only available in the gacha. And then also the recently released RED Gundam, which currently right now that event is not out. However, it should be coming back when they release another one of those boss events. So that's the only 2 mobile suits that he could pilot that has synergy with this particular ability here. But it is a really cool ability, and he's the only SSR pilot that can essentially double defend, but it is restricted to a mobile suit that has to have both of those tags. So as we can see right here, he looks really cool. He has that double support, and I was comparing him to some of the other SSR pilots, durability pilots specifically, that are currently out. And what stands out with Char is not only does he have that double support, mind you, it's still restricted, but he's the only one that has it, but he has the highest awakened stat of all the SSR durability pilots, including the free one that we just got from the Gundam Seed Astray event. So I double checked this, I triple checked it, and I made sure, and I was all like, wow, he has the highest awakened stat. Now, the SSR pilot, that's a durability type that closely resembles his kit, I would have to say is SSR Rakan. He's the durability pilot from Mobile Suit Gundam Z, because his character skills are pretty much identical to what this Char pilot has. He also has the high speed. He also has the force guard. The difference between Rakan and Char is that his defense is way higher because he has increased defense level 3, whereas Char does not have that. So his defense goes up to 691, assuming that you have him maxed out, and Char's defense only goes up to 519 at level 90. So he's more about the defense, and then rather than having that additional support, where you can support defend depending on the mobile suit that he's piloting, Rakan only has affinity Neo Zeon level 2, where if he's piloting a mobile suit with the Neo Zeon tag, he deals more damage to enemies and also reduces the amount of damage that he takes himself. But that is going to go ahead and conclude my little analysis here of Char. I think he's a really solid pilot. You know, excusing the hype, because I'm very hyped that we got this character. I think he's very solid. I do think his kit is kind of interestingly designed, because his two most ideal mobile suits, and we're going to go to the mobile suits here, are going to be the Red Gundam, which oddly enough is a support type Gundam, and also the Gundam from GQuuux, or they call it the White Gundam. But what's interesting about his stats, specifically his offensive stats, having the Awaken stat as the highest, if you take a look at this mobile suit's skills, or its weapon skills, it doesn't have any Awaken skills. So Beam Saber is a melee, Head Vulcan is a ranged, Beam Rifle is a ranged. However, he does still have synergy with this. This is a defense type or a tank type unit. And with that added mobility, with the mobility +1, you could, you know, place him more easily on the map to be able to use his Beam Saber, which is arguably his hardest hitting skill if you decide to use him with his mobile suit. And you also get that attack down debuff. Now, if there's any content where the Red Gundam could be more useful to you, this is definitely the mobile suit that you want to use him in, because if you have him as the pilot, he could potentially survive 2 hits while also being able to apply the debuff that comes from Bit, which is a 30% defense down. And if you take a look at that, it has a range of 3 to 5, so the range is fantastic on this skill. And not only that, but it is of the Awaken type weapon damage, and because the SSR Char's pilot has a very high Awaken stat, he's going to be able to deal more damage if he's piloting this suit. So if you're looking for the best synergized suits for that pilot, either going to be Red Gundam or it's going to be the White Gundam, or so they call it. There were questions if you could run him with the GQuuux, but you can run him with the GQuuux. Actually, you can run him with anything that you want pretty much. But the only thing is that with GQuuux, it does not have both of those tags, whereas the other two do have it. So GQuuux only has the GQuuux series tag, but it doesn't have the Gundam tag, which I thought was interesting that it didn't have that. And as you could see right over here, if we go to the Red Gundam, we take a look at the details right here, right? As you could see, it has Gundam in its tag and GQuuux in the series. And then if we go over to the White Gundam and we take a look at the details, we can see that it has Gundam and it also has the GQuuux tag. So those two will allow him to do that double support defense. And then if you have him in the Red Gundam with his high Awaken stat, he can deal more damage with Bit and also be able to defend and apply that 30% defense down debuff, which is really, really good. So all in all, I think for a free pilot, he's definitely solid. I think his kit is kind of designed to be like an evasion tank, sort of, because of the higher reaction stat. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below about this SSR pilot. There is going to be a bit of a showcase. I have a little bit of gameplay for fun for you guys with some fun music just to celebrate the release of episode 5 and also this free unit. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Stay tuned for the next video and stay blessed, everybody.
すべてを忘れて一人残った傷ついた俺がこの戦場で後に戻れば地獄に落ちるビーム輝くフラッシュバックに奴の影シャーシャーシャー流した血しぶき後で吹け狙い定める俺がターゲットシャーシャーシャーシャーシャーシャー今はいいのさ全てを捨てて一人残った屍の俺がこの戦場でもがき苦 苦しむ地獄の炎をビーム輝くフラッシュバックに奴の影シャーシャーシャーシャーシャーシャー一人で死ぬかよ奴も奴も呼ぶ狙い定めるシャーがターゲットシャーシャーシャーシャーシャーシャービームきらめく雲を咲く生きて見つめる
これが私専用の赤い照り焼きだ。